What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Horoscope. This is Brian here with you once again with Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hey, I hope you guys are well. I hope you had a great solar eclipse. I hope you had a great solstice. All the dads out there, I hope you had a great Father's Day. Um, what a crazy energy that came over everybody. I truly hope that it went well for everybody watching. I hope everybody's in a good place. And I really wish everybody, the best week this week. It's kind of crazy times, I say it all the time, but that's just this year, right? Just kind of crazy times. So I just wish you guys all really well, and I hope that you're in a really good place. Here we are with June 22nd, 2020. Kind of interesting because, well, it's 6, right? June. And then 222 is 6. So, you know what? That's kind of cool. Like, that 6-6 energy is pretty good. It's like double Venus. Venus is like the number 6. So what feels good? I mean, I think you really got to go towards what feels good today. Not even on like an astrological perspective of the horoscope, but I think today is just like, man, what wants you to feel good? And, just asking you to feel good. Just feel good today. And, we look at the astrology and we jump into the horoscope. We are in Cancer season. So here we are, sun's in Cancer, coming into 2 degrees later today to this evening, and then our moon's starting to break away from the moon after that new moon solar eclipse. So definitely going to be feeling emotions. Emotions are heavy today, and it's about feeling good and trying to find those feel good emotions and letting go of the emotions that don't serve you. Get rid of those. You guys have already worked for a whole season on figuring out your truth. We've already figured that out. Like, now it's time to emotionally get that foundation within us set so that we can, get on with the rest of this year and see what else is going to come. We have Mercury here, who is finally starting to move backwards after going retrograde last week. So back at 13 degrees, going to retrograde back to about 5. So starting the journey, just going to start picking up speed, moving in reverse, and going to see a Cazimi with the sun. So yeah, we're figuring out emotions, and we're getting it right in our mind and in our heart. We got our moon here at 20 degrees this afternoon, and it's kind of a rough place for the moon. The moon is exalted here. I'm sorry, it's dignified in Cancer. This is the moon's home, so it's all about it's about our emotions and feeling them and being strong and comfortable in them. But we have this gauntlet of energy over here, and even as the moon moves into Leo late this evening, it's going to be making an exact opposition to Saturn here at 0 degrees of Aquarius, where we're getting real edgy as Saturn's retrograding back into Capricorn at the end of this month. So we got this opposition where we have to go towards the change in life that feels good. We are coming up on Pluto and Jupiter, which are both at 24 degrees, so they are getting really close to their exact conjunction the second one. So yeah, we just gotta it's about feeling good and getting rid of the stuff. Accepting the change is the best way to put it. Like, the change that's happening in our emotional structure of life and just in life in general. Like, it's changing, and how are you going to emotionally adapt to that? Are you going to let it just rip you apart? Or are you going to take a step back and say, all right, change is a part of life, and I'm going to accept this and move forward and grow from it and come into a better place? And, we are getting this trine here to Neptune from the moon. So, we're coming to these oppositions, but at the same time, we're getting this trine to Neptune that's really asking us to listen to that intuition and to feel those feelings that are going to take us to that highest place, to that place that is going to make us feel the best. And that's the door that we just kind of all walk through, right? It's like, you're either stuck in a bunch of things that are holding you back from getting to your highest place, or, you're in a really beautiful place right now, emotionally and physically, and you're ready for whatever the universe has to throw at you. And Mars here is coming off that sextile to all the change, to all the big change down here. So again, it's just like we're still coming off that. What did you do this last weekend that got you to that place? That got you to your highest spiritual place, and what changes did you have to make? Because you gotta sometimes take that risk and make that change in life. And Pluto and Jupiter and Capricorn are asking you to change the structure. And I mean, they're going to change it regardless, so they want to bring you with them, you know. Our friend Venus, our lovely goddess Venus up here, she's stationary retrograde right now. She is going to go direct on Wednesday, the 25th. What day is the 25th? Probably Thursday. So she's about to go stationary direct. Well, guess what happens tonight? Neptune is going to go retrograde, which is a trip because that's 6 planets retrograde at the same time. I mean, and luckily Venus comes out of that pretty quick, but just to take a step and like realize like how many retrogrades are happening right now and how really Mars is just really in full control. Like Mars is like the only planet besides Uranus. So Uranus is out in the outer realms, way out there, still going direct, still doing its thing. But Mars is like actually moving fast and getting into the final degrees of Pisces where it's really difficult. And that's where like the real endings are, right? You come into those heavy endings, and then you come into Aries of new beginnings. So it's like we had to take that action to get through that door that's going to bring us that emotional comfort and that inner, that inner love that we all have for ourselves, or that we need to start having for ourselves, and stop worrying so much about what's happening outside of us in the world, and worry about what's happening in our self and in our direct, what really affects us on a day-to-day basis. That's what's important. So Venus is going to be making the semi-square over to the moon. So the moon's pretty stressed here in Cancer, right? We have this opposition to all this heavy energy with Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, and we're also making a semi-square to Venus. So you just have to listen to that subtle guidance that wants you to feel good. Like, are you listening to Neptune and that high spiritual place to feel good? Because you can be in a place right now that feels so good. You just have to kind of cut out the world and come into your own place of inner clarity. And that's kind of what is happening with Neptune here, trying to help us get through the hardships. It's Monday. Mondays are hard, right? People get a case of the Mondays. Well, with energy like this and Pluto and Jupiter coming into 24 degrees in Capricorn, like, you can bet there's going to be some crazy stuff going on the TV today and this week. Like, there's going to be fear. Fear is going to be pushed. Mars at 26 coming into 27, there's going to be fear pushed. Are you going to buy into that? Are you going to buy into fear? Or are you going to come into your own sense of truth and your own sense of knowing that, well, there's a lot of deception out there. Lots of deception. So when Neptune goes direct, we're going to see some clarity, I think, in a sense that some of the fog will be lifted and we're going to be able to kind of figure out what is really deceiving us, and it's coming at a perfect time. I think that Neptune retrograde is really going to benefit us as a collective. And getting Venus direct later this week on the 25th, I mean, we're ready to, we did the karmic work. We figured out our self-love, what makes us feel good, our values, and now it's time to go forward and really build on that for the rest of this year within ourselves, because the outside world is not going to stop. Like, this year is not done. But it's okay because we're working on ourselves, right? It's just about we put too much on everything else outside of us. It's about ourselves. And that's the biggest service to others that you can give, is when you work on yourself and you become clear in your own mind, in your own heart, and you radiate that out. That is extremely powerful. So I just try and give you what I got with this stuff. Channel it the way I see it. It's heavy stuff every day. Like, I want to say, oh, the astrology is great. Like, everybody should feel good, but we're coming into a crazy time where it's hard to feel good. It is. But if you're in your alignment with spirit and you're guided towards the things that really do make you feel good, and you're not just doing things that other people tell you to, or some structure that's broken that's trying to control you, you guys can definitely come into your own place and live the life you want. It's your world. You get to create it. Don't let the TV create it for you. I got a new deck, so let's see what the first pull is. The King of Pentacles. Well, there you go. There you go. We just need to come and figure out our values. Like we know it. We built it. We've done it already in our mind, and we figured that out in Gemini season. And now it's time to take the emotions and build that foundation of life that we want. Like what is actually going to bring us that material happiness? And if we're not feeling emotionally set inside, how are we going to bring that out to our physical world? You know, that's how you got to manifest it that way. So we figured some things out. Like build the life you want. Like you already are the king of it. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly how you want to live. Don't hide from it. Like go manifest. Go be the king of your reality. Be the king of your physical world. Hope that helps. I love you guys very much. I'm looking forward to this week. I am going to start filming some weekly horoscopes right now. So if you don't follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, hang out with me. I'm here for you guys. I love you all very much. And yeah, keep your eye out for the Sun Sign Weeklies. All right. I love you guys very much. Take care.